Doing well. How are you guys? I got a little bit of a cold, so if I sound like Rudolph when his the claymation Rudolph nose gets stuffed up, that's what's going on.
Before we get to the Celtics and to basketball, you wanted to add an ick?
Yeah, this is a general ick of everyone when people say that's funny and they don't laugh.
Good
That's
one.
That is a good one.
I hate that. I don't know why it bothers me so much. It's funny.
And
then not laugh after?
No laugh. And then there's no laugh.
That's funny.
And what was the one that you texted to Courtney?
Oh, I hate when men wear their sunglasses on the back of their heads.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they're rocking the buzz cut like you are right now, and it's just like the little Oakley sunglasses sitting back there. It's so gross. I hate it.
Wiggy and I don't know where you stand, but both obsessed with Celtic City episode 2.
Yes.
Did you watch?
Yes, absolutely. I thought it was really interesting. I think it's really hard to overstate how much Bill Russell did for the city on top of the NBA, and they just did such an excellent job with it.
Yeah.
That in the I don't want to use the word hatred because that's a strong word, or his displeasure with the city of Boston.
Parts of it.
Yeah, other than Roxbury, he was like, it seemed like in the other
Wouldn't
one.
you?
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. But the fact that, he was one of the biggest superstars of that time playing in an area.
I was shocked. I didn't know this, but when he won his 11th and final championship, he just took off.
Yeah.
And didn't go to the parade and didn't stay.
I thought it was nice. It was an Irish exit.
Yeah.
It's what we love.
He just ghosted.
But I think that's part of his, whatever the word you want to use, his very complicated relationship with the city of Boston and, playing here. It's and that's why it's interesting to see, and it was cool to hear from the guy you brought up, Greg, who was a fan, who's 73 and actually saw the All Black starting 5. But it's cool to be from here and kind of see how the different eras were, because I love history, and so all the stuff that they add in about what was going on at the time here, and what was seeing them at the White House visiting JFK, seeing the pictures of Red Auerbach and Bill Russell in the shower after winning, fully clothed.
Don't make that sound weird.
Pause. Was just.
It's cool.
It's really
that's
really
why
good.
I can't wait till the 80s era, because that's more of the era that I'm around. And I know you and I were talking maybe the 70s they dive into the busing situation a little bit.
And I know it gets discounted because of the competition level or the amount of teams that were in the NBA, but that dynasty, and they get into it with the Yankees and they get into it with the Packers, but that dynasty winning 11 of 13 championships.
Right.
Yeah,
it's 8 in a row.
It's eight in a row.
Crazy.
Impressive.
I think Jackie McMullen did such an amazing job just saying, the competition is the competition.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
And
it
it's
matter.
just never going to be done again.
It'll never be done. It's the greatest dynasty in sports ever, period.
I had the immense honor of being able to talk to Bob Cousy and Tommy Heinsohn before he passed on a big project we did at the Boston Herald several years ago, where we talked to them about, will people understand their legacy after they're gone? It was right after John Havlicek had passed away. And those guys had real concerns about, do modern NBA fans, will they get it?
Yeah.
Will they get what it meant? Will they get what they established for the NBA? And I think it's something
Do you think they do?
I don't think so.
Well, it was interesting talking
to
to
your kids.
No,
I don't
no.
think Brees Hill doesn't.
No.
I think guys in the league do. I think guys who come through the Celtics, Tommy was saying, for example, one person who he spent a lot of time talking with was Rajon Rondo, and that Rondo was super curious about Celtics history and all of that. And I don't know if it's league wide, but there have been a lot of guys who have come through who just really embrace it and want to understand the context of what they're playing in.
But I'm talking more about the fans here locally.
Yeah, I don't think that
you know
do.
what I mean? Like fans here locally, how much was embedded into them when they were younger about that era, even though they didn't see it. So I guess that's the question.
Apparently, according to this woman who's texting, it's an ick when somebody says, when a guy says he's a history buff. I'm sorry.
Adding it.
Why? Because they think it's like you got like a bunch
it's an
of
old thing.
History Channel documentaries on VHS in your apartment.
I do love history.
I
Sorry
like
for the
history too. That's
Sorry
why
for
I
the
like Boston. It's
But
great
yeah,
American
it's really,
history.
really good. So litmus test this evening
Yes.
for these guys?
Yes, they had the first one Saturday and passed with flying colors.
Yeah, they did. What did you make of that hard foul on LeBron James Saturday night?
It was difficult because the first half was like everything that you wanted from Celtics Lakers. And kudos to Al Horford for turning back the clock. He completely locked down LeBron when he was on him. He was picking Luka's pocket. Like, Al was tremendous, and he has been for the last couple of weeks. So I think he deserves the recognition. But the second half, I was like, man, I need to see this series. I need to see this finals because LeBron leaves with 5 minutes left and has his groin injury or whatever, and Luka starts going off a little bit. I was like, there's just so much more here, and I feel confident that the Celtics, without getting ahead of myself, that if they were both in the finals, that the Celtics would win. But there's so much more juice to that. I want that next chapter of the rivalry.
It'll be a better series versus Oklahoma City because Oklahoma City will be a better matchup than the Lakers will, I think, against the Celtics. Because even think about that game. The Lakers were doing something that they don't normally do, and they were, 50% from the three-point line, maybe after the first quarter or something like that?
The way that game started shooting-wise was just unusual.
Yeah.
OKC is a better team, and especially defensively, they have the best defended field goal percentage in the entire league, which means that they're just you have one of the hottest shooting teams, 3-point shooting teams in the Celtics going up against the best defensive team on shooters. And on top of that, they've got wildly active hands. So you could see the old turnover Celtics come out if things go awry. Right. And I agree, like basketball-wise, that's probably a more dynamic matchup.
Be a better series.
I want Celtics-Lakers.
Yeah.
Like, I want 40-year-old LeBron to go out there and prove that he still has it.
You bring up that.
No, well, Wiggy doesn't want that. He doesn't want that.
No, I want that. I want that. Curtis and I have just been, and I think you're on the same page with me. He believes that Adam Silver called up the Dallas Mavericks and said, hey, listen, get Luka to the Lakers so we can get ratings back.
I love how things keep getting I just got a text from my buddy Fitzy on a truck, and he says Wiggy's wrong.
But that's what. But isn't his point was the league and the commission?
Ooh, good argument. I'm getting texts from
it's
friends.
working out pretty well for the league.
But that's his thing.
But
that's where him and I disagree.
It was a Kurtspiracy, which has come true.
No, it's
they all do.
No.
That game Saturday night had the best ratings of a regular season game in 7 years.
You think it's the Lakers? It's Luka Doncic on the Lakers.
Oh, guess what?
LeBron.
The Celtics played the Lakers last year and the year before.
And
the year before that.
You told us that we had no rivalry.
No, but
even
Tatum said it.
I know he did, but then you're
missing
saying it's Celtics
point.
Lakers, of course.
Can I ask Kurt a question, Curtis? Yeah. So, do you think that this is like a decades-long conspiracy? Because I was just thinking about watching the second episode last night, like, Wilt Chamberlain got traded to the Lakers after he was MVP. Is this a conspiracy that you think goes back to the 60s?
No, I don't, but
okay.
I do think it's weird the Lakers are called the Lakers and there's no lake nearby. That is a conspiracy that I do.
Well, we're not talking about that conspiracy.
Right.
We're talking about the Lakers tie-in with the front offices of the NBA.
I just think that NBA fans are really scared that their league isn't, like, they're very defensive of it. More so than fans of maybe baseball's similar, but
his 60s
NBA
conspiracy,
people, like, they get together.
His 60s conspiracy is the faked moon landing. So just got to keep that.
It'd be like if Luka landed on Golden State, the ratings probably would be pretty good if the Celtics played Golden State a couple weeks later.
I just love the manifestations of the argument from Wiggy because at the beginning it was nobody cares, you're wrong, the Lakers stink, and now the Lakers are good. It's like the Lakers were always good.
You don't listen. My only beef with you was I don't think it was something done by the league. I think it's great for the league, but my thing was it wasn't done by the league. It was done because one owner for the Dallas Mavericks or whoever they are morons. You have a GM who's a moron. So that's all I said. I think it's good for the league, but
is the GM still employed?
Yeah.
Why?
Listen, you know why he's employed? Because the owner of the Mavericks, the same owner who shipped Luka out of there and then raised ticket prices 8%.
Okay,
that's why.
Wait, so it was the owner that made the trade now? Because before you said it was the GM.
No, I'm saying that the owners of Dallas are morons, so of course they're going to employ a guy who doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Okay, something that's actually going on right now, though, Kristaps, in his tweet saying that it's like a viral illness that they can't figure out, that's worrisome.
Yeah, it's been kind of strange because usually when you see somebody with non-COVID illness on an NBA injury report, you think, all right, that guy will be back next game or the game after that. With Kristaps, I would guess, like, he's been around the team. Philadelphia, that game last Thursday, he was all over the bench. He was high-fiving everybody, so it's not like he's quarantined. He was walking around in his, like, swaggy Celtics jacket. And he seemed to really expect that he was going to play Saturday night against the Lakers. So I think it's probably something where they're being overly cautious with him. And if you think about just like his body type, so let's say he has he had a virus and it really depleted him. Like, he's not going to get back to himself as quickly as somebody like you and me, Courtney, in terms of like our size.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a big and also kind of delicate body, so I'm sure he's got to rehydrate. He's got to get ready to be back in. I'm not worried about it being an injury. I think it really is just some virus he had.
What about Jayson Tatum being questionable tonight? For this game in particular.
So,
I know it's a regular season.
Yeah, this is a big game.
I know I have high expectations that you go to a game, you might get to see Jayson Tatum play.
Are you going tonight?
I'm not. I went Monday night, and I have a date night tonight.
You can't make Celtics sideline date night?
I don't like to be greedy like what you do.
Oh, okay. Okay. We'll say it's romantic. I'm not worried about that. If you look at
where a knee.
Yeah.
They're claiming it's the knee again.
If you're looking at where we are in the schedule, they're starting to get into that taper period where there's a long road trip coming up. They got a 6-game road trip to round out the season, and they are going to hit the playoffs. I think this is when you're just going to start to see the load management that everybody loves.
Right. Yeah, and I think that, and Tatum's not that type of guy, so I don't think when people like, if Tatum can play, he's going to play, especially in a game like this. So I don't think Tatum falls into that category where people would be like, oh, I spent all this money, and then you got a superstar like that who's like, oh, I don't feel like playing. That's not Tatum's MO.
So then you think it's more serious. If he doesn't play tonight, then he wouldn't be able to go.
No, I think that it would be serious in the sense that he would be battling with Missoula on letting him play, and Joe would be like, we don't need you to play, Tatum. We don't want you to, for whatever reason. I don't think the injury is serious.
Okay. So, I don't even know how much Missoula's say as their exercise science people looking at it and saying, like,
there you go.
Dude, you played over 45 minutes on Saturday night against the Lakers. The playoffs are so close. We need to treat this in a scientific way of you chilling for a little bit, even though you're just newly turned 27.
And isn't it going to like factor in how we look at this game to be a good test for them, and it potentially an NBA's finals matchup. Maybe they look at it like you're right, Mego, where we don't have the same type of view of this game. We're looking to get our guys ready to get us ready for the postseason because you said the next 8 out of 9 games.
You're saying they're overlooking them, or
not
it's just
overlooking
regular season? It's not important.
Yeah, it's more regular season. We got 8 or 9 games on the road coming up after this. Maybe we want to rest guys here and there.
Well, in OKC, it'll be interesting to see what they do too because they obviously played the Nuggets on Sunday at 1 p.m. and that was their big game of the weekend. Like you had your big game, so there's a possibility you could go into this game and it's a little bit of like experimentation before the playoffs. I just think for how little you get to see teams from the Western Conference who might be in the finals, you should take advantage of the situation.
If you had to put your money on it, think he plays tonight?
Yeah. Tatum? Yeah, I would.
Big Deuce?
Big Deuce. Big Deuce or Taco.
Taco.
Yeah, I
Taco
put my
J.
money that they
I
play.
guess Celtics took to social media, and the fans have spoken, and they chose Big Deuce.
I like Big Deuce
over Taco, and what was the other one?
I feel like we're still looking for something. I know he said Saturday, he was like, this is what my friends call me. My friends call me Taco J. I just feel like we haven't had one that's really clicked yet.
Yeah.
The Anomaly was the other one, I think,
The Anomaly,
right?
yeah.
Boy, what a tough town it is to play in.
All right. Well, so you like them tonight to win, even without Jayson Tatum?
I do, but I think like I'm not going into this looking at it and saying this is representative of what a finals might be, because again, like I don't know if Kristaps Porzingis, I would be surprised if he plays tonight. Maybe he will. Who knows? It's just this point in the regular season where everybody's starting to look towards the playoffs and adjust themselves that way.
Okay. Hope you get better quick.
Thanks. I actually feel great. Like, it's
good.
just the beginning of the cold is when you always feel like trash, and the end is when you sound like trash, but you actually have your energy back. So I'm good.
The sun will
Courtney
clear it
and I
up.
are both going to be in Florida at separate destinations.
Wow. Oh, really?
So we're both gonna lay out, and we're gonna be very tan the next week when you see us. Wiggy's laughing because he thinks we're gonna come back just
Beat red, like,
sunburned.
don't
We're
touch
gonna be
me.
like two lobsters walking in.
Please don't touch me.
Is the tanning, the fake tan stuff, the stuff you guys put on all over the bed, is that an ick?
I put it on the list. It's on the list.
Oh,
yeah.
it's on the list. Okay.
Yeah, because I saw a lot of people
Men
texting
get to
me.
say their icks too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
I don't know
equal
about
opportunity.
that.
We don't
I'm
have
like
many.
a walking ick.
Yeah, we
so.
don't have many men.
Yeah.
We don't have many.
All right, Mego, thank you.